Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Live with ESL Services. My name is Donna Pierce, and I'm one of the ESL Program Development Coordinators at Brock University in St. Catharines, Ontario, Canada. In these sessions, we'll talk about topics that are of interest to English language learners, but also to international students and other newcomers to Canada, because they'll provide information about both language and culture. Today's session will deal with frequently confused lexical items, which is a fancy way of saying words that are often mixed up in English. Some of the words that we'll talk about are homophones, which means that they sound the same but are spelled differently and have different meanings. Others are what I like to call near homophones, meaning they sound very similar, close enough to be confused, particularly by listeners with less experience with English. That's not to say that these words are never confused by native English speakers. They definitely are. And if you need proof, just check the comments in your Facebook feed. To help us this week, I'm going to share my screen where you'll see a PowerPoint illustrating the words that we're talking about. Okay, so let me share my screen now. Okay, so here we go with our frequently confused words. Our first set of words are to, and two. These are homophones, meaning they sound the same but are spelled differently. The first word, to, is a preposition meaning toward, or an infinitival marker that comes before a verb. For example, I gave it to Jeffrey, or I like to cook. The second one, TWO, is a number that comes between 1 and 3. So we see the sentence, I have 2 cats. Lastly, we have TOO. This is a conjunction, meaning in addition, or an adverb, which means very or extremely. So we have the sentences, I want to go to, or you are too cute. Our next set of words are there, and there. Again, homophones, sounding the same. So the first one, THERE, refers to a location. Put it over there. Next, THEIR is the third person plural possessive, meaning belonging to them. So we have the sentence, their house is beautiful. Lastly, we have THEY apostrophe RE. This is the contracted form of they are. When you see an apostrophe in the middle of a word like this, it often signals a contracted form. So, for example, they're in my class at school. They are in my class at school. Next, we have your and your. Again, homophones. The first one, YOUR, is the second person singular possessive, meaning belonging to you. For example, your house is beautiful. The second one, YOU apostrophe RE, is the contracted form of you are. Again, that apostrophe lets us know we have a contracted form. So we can have the sentence, you're going to be late for class. You are going to be late for class. If any of you are a fan of the show Friends, you've seen this pair of words explained in one episode by Ross. Next, we have then and than. These are what I call the near homophones. They don't sound exactly the same, but very close. The first one, THEN, is temporal. It has a meaning of at that time or sometimes next. For example, I didn't know you then, or then we add the dry ingredients. Than with an A is comparative. So we have the sentence, my brother is taller than me. So if you use the word than with an A, there should always be some kind of comparison happening in your sentence. Next, we have accept and accept. Again, near homophones, but sound very similar in fast speech. So the first one, accept with an A, is a verb, meaning consent to receive. So, for example, I will accept the award. Accept, on the other hand, with an E, means to leave out. For example, everyone went to the party except John, which means all but John went to the party. Next, we have its and its, true homophones, sounding exactly the same. So the first one, ITS, means belonging to it. For example, I saw a fox. Its fur was reddish. IT apostrophe S, on the other hand, is another contracted form, the contracted form of it is. So we have the sentence, it's too hot outside today. It is too hot outside today. Next, we have affect and effect. In fast speech, we would pronounce both of them affect. So the first one, affect with an A, is a verb meaning to influence. For example, his speech will affect how I vote. The second one, effect, starting with E, is a noun meaning result. For example, what was the effect of his speech? Next, we have lose and loose. So the first one, LOSE, lose, ending with a Z sound, is a verb meaning to misplace or to not win. For example, I often lose my keys, or I think they will lose the game. Loose, on the other hand, LOOSE, and ending with a S sound, is an adjective meaning not tight. For example, I prefer loose clothing. Next, we have past and past. Again, we have homophones. They sound the same. So the first one, PASSED, is the past tense of the verb to pass. So we have the sentence, last term, I passed all my exams. Past, PAST, on the other hand, is an adverb meaning a former time or a preposition of direction. So we have the sentences, in the past, people married younger, or the car drove past my house. Next, we have principle and principle, true homophones, sounding exactly the same. So the first one, ending in PLE, is a noun, meaning a general truth or a foundational idea. For example, we studied the basic principles of Christianity. The second one, ending in PAL, is an adjective, meaning the most important, and it can also be a noun referring to a person in charge of a school. So we see the sentences, the principal reason for moving is to save money, or my father is a high school principal. Next, we have lead and lead. So the first one, LEAD, is a type of metal. For example, in the past, paint often contained lead. The second one, LED, is the past tense of the verb to lead. So we have the sentence, Barack Obama led the United States for 2 terms and did an excellent job, I might add. Lastly, we have eligible and illegible. These are near homophones. They don't sound exactly the same if you listen carefully. The first one, eligible, is an adjective meaning available or qualified. For example, my neighbor is an eligible bachelor, which means he's single. He is available to be married. The second one, illegible, is an adjective meaning unreadable. For example, your handwriting is illegible. Okay, so that's the end of our PowerPoint. There you have it. I hope now you have some more insight into these 12 frequently confused sets of words. This is very important because most of these words are high frequency, meaning we often encounter them when speaking or writing in our daily lives. With practice, you'll become more used to them and be able to choose the right word to accurately convey your meaning. That's all for now. See you next Thursday on Live with ESL Services. Bye bye.